then we will eat your face right off your head. You will be this armless, legless, faceless thing, won't you? Rolling down the street like a turd in the wind.
Couldn't think of a better place to review Venom, which I was able to catch last night. Ruben Fleischer is the director of this movie, and it really moves. It's got a lot of great kinetic quality to it. Tom Hardy plays Eddie Brock and half of the Venom creation, which was, of course, made up by all of these pretty cool-looking CG effects. Very gooey, very squishy. He's got all kinds of projectiles that will fly out of him, and he will do whatever it takes to kind of deal with the bad guys that are out to get him or the enemies that he's encountering, the threats that he encounters around him.
Mask! Copy!
What the hell is that shit? The villain played by Riz Ahmed is actually great, and he's all about trying to take advantage of this alien symbiotic kind of fluid that has come into Earth's atmosphere, and Eddie Brock sort of questions some of the motives. And of course he infiltrates the facility and ends up combining with the symbiote, and then he becomes Venom.
We are Venom.
The origin tale isn't that great, but what makes this movie kind of fun to watch, obviously, is the craziness. There is this insane kind of duality to the performance where Eddie Brock is speaking with Venom and he's having his body thrown all over the place.
What are you doing?
And he really puts himself into the role. I do have to say that I was impressed by the commitment, which I always see in Tom Hardy's performances. He doesn't really go in half-assed.
I'm gonna do my job, that's what I'm gonna do.
And he is very physical, he's very comedic, he's incredibly hot, so he does stuff like jump into a live lobster tank inside of a restaurant to cool off. And so those moments actually play out with a great deal of charm. And the effects watching Venom just sort of tear through all kinds of scenery in the movie is actually kind of fun and exhilarating. But there is this massive absence of Spider-Man. I mean, this is a character that should stand in direct juxtaposition to Spider-Man. Now, obviously, he does face a big bad, goes by the name of Riot. And there's a whole sort of mythology that's sort of interwoven into this, but there's also a tremendous amount of nonsense, and there's a lot of stuff just flying across the screen, and you're just like, okay, all right, they just want to show off some fast effects. It feels like the whole production was like a whirling dervish of activity, just trying to, like, don't look over here, don't look over here, a lot of smoke and mirrors kind of stuff. I think they did the best that they could, but it really misses the, I don't know, the impact of there being Spider-Man, of there being another hero in there to kind of inject another side of humanity, you know? Like, we have almost like half of a movie here.
You suck.
I will say that it was much better than a lot of the reviews have been kind of portraying.
It's not completely awful.
It was definitely a fun film to see, but I don't think it stands anywhere near the likes of Spider-Man Homecoming or Deadpool. The list is endless. There are lots of way better superhero movies out there. I will say that the audience was packed when I saw the movie. There were applause for the film, there were laughs. There are definitely some laughs in this thing.
Outstanding. Now, let's bite all the heads off and pile them up in the corner.
Why would we do that?
And there are some, you know, after-credit surprises and stuff. Listen, it's not terrible. I think that if you're a fan of comics, if you're here, you're probably going to go out after this thing and go and see the movie, and you will have some smiles and you will have a good time. Just don't expect, you know, anywhere near the quality of the MCU stuff at all. I'm going to give Venom a 6.5 out of 10.